Welcome everyone, this is Andy, 79Z28. Today we went to the range and we had a good time today. Anyway, let's start off with this one. This is 3006, okay? This is remounted the scope, okay? I was aiming here and the bullet was sitting here. So you can see my adjustments coming in, walking in and walking it in, and that was the final results of it. Okay, then I took a break for a while, so the gun was cold again. So now we're going over here. This is the first the first two shots of cold bore. Okay, and this is 15 rounds. A lot of them went through the same hole over here. Now this is at 50 yards. This is a I'm not sure of the mold. I'm positive it's a Lyman mold. It's a 210 grain. Lead bullet, actually, 210 grain lead bullet comes out to 132 grains in zinc, and here is the bullet. Okay, so you can see what I was shooting. Anyway, this is not a worked up load yet. This is that Winchester powder that I've been playing with. This is Winchester WSH. I'm just loading it like with 12 grains of that powder. And so take out the first two shots. And this is the group. And you know what? I should measure it. I've never really sat down. Where's the calibers? So we're going to throw out the first two shots. The one on the bottom right, I have no idea. I must have pulled that. But if we take this 1.3 inches, this is under an inch from here to here, okay, so that's not too bad at 50 yards. And this is not a worked up round. This is just an arbitrary number on the powder weight that I chose based off of loading unique in 12 grains with just about anything in a 3006. So that was good. I was very happy. That was the start of my day. Actually, it wasn't the start of my day. My 300 blackout was the start of the day, which we'll leave to the end. Okay, so next up is my Mossberg 223 bolt. And again, I just, the scope was remounted, so I readjusted. Again, this is 50 yards, okay? So after all said and done, I came over to here. Okay, that's 20 rounds in here at 50 yards. A 223, that's loaded with a 62 grain NOE mold, which comes out approximately 40 grains in zinc. And that's 4.8 grains of Winchester WSH, which is, again, a powder nobody really uses. But that's how my day started, okay? So let's get that one out of the way. So we continued with the 223. And where am I? Just making sure I got the right folder. So then again, checking the scope, because everything's been remounted, okay? We sighted in on the other page. This is 2 rounds, okay, at 50 yards. And this is, in that hole, is 15 rounds at 50 yards, all right? And let's see, try to find the widest. 0.89 inches, 0.70 inches. So if you, this one's a little off, so that's 0.80 inches from there to there. So less than an inch group at 50 yards with a 40 grain zinc bullet out of a bolt rifle, okay, with 4.8 grains of Winchester WSH. So I was very happy the 223 bolt action was working fine. Again, that was a remounted scope, and so I can't complain. So now, next up is 300 blackout. Okay, so now I wasn't sighted, the scope wasn't 100% sighted in, So this is the first shots out of the rifle. I shot. This was the cold bore right out. The next two were over here, and this was the area I was getting. So I adjusted the scope a little bit. I got down here. Okay, and again, this is not knowing exactly what bullet I'm going to be, what amount of powder I was going to use as the end result. This probably was 13 grains, 13.2, 13.5, etc. I just kept moving up, and you can see the groups that I got. Again, 50 yards. Now, for the final target on the, oh, that was the bolt rifles, guys. That wasn't the AR. Sorry, that was the bolt rifle in 300 blackout. Okay, so now here is the AR. This was original, first rounds out of the gun. I don't remember where I started, but it was, I could say I was bringing it in. Then I went here, had a flyer. I got it tweaked. Okay. Actually, this was first round. First three I shot were high, and then I went here and brought it in. Then I shot this, and I'm not worried about the powder at that point, what I had loaded, because I was progressively going up. So now in the center, this is, okay, I got 3 shots here, because I only loaded 3 shot groups, okay? 3 shots of each powder load. So this was 14.7 of H110, okay? And this is the Lyman 311-332, which is a 180 grain bullet, and in zinc it's a roughly 115. So that was 4.7. Okay, so we went over here. Okay, no, we went up here, sorry. Getting everybody dizzy. That's 14.8 grains. Let's get that in the picture right. Okay, and you can see from 14.7 to 14.8, the group tightened up. Okay, then I went to 15 grains, and the group opened up. So my load now for that bullet, the Lyman 311-332, out of my 16-inch AR 300 blackout, is using H110 is 14.8 grains is my magic number. Just for a point of information, 13 grains of H110 locked the bolt open, but it wouldn't load the next round. 13.2 grains, the action started working and would load the next round. So that's where I started. That's where I wound up. I only went up to 15 grains. So as far as I'm concerned, this is 50 yards. Let's see, the spread, that's outside to outside, 0.51. This one measures 0.49. So basically half-inch group at 50 yards from an AR. And I'll take that any day of the week. And so yes, my AR is now fully functional. So that's where I'm at. And I hope I made my day. I mean, actually this was the first I shot, was the AR this morning. And so that's how I started my day. And I was like, whoa, what a day this is going to be. So for all those that have been following my venture with my AR 15 with a 300 blackout upper on it, it was just changed. It's a 223 AR, and I just changed the upper, and it had its own bolt carrier group, so it wasn't that I used the old one. And we had success. All right, now for all those out there, one last thing to tell you about this. Every one of these targets on every one of my rifles has the CV Life scope on it. What is it, 6 to 24 power on it. Every one of them. And I can't speak nothing bad about it, but then again, I'm not shooting 300-yard targets to tell you how good it is out that far. Anyway, I can keep babbling, but we're not going to do that. This is Andy 79Z28, sometimes known as the Zinc Master, and sometimes been called the Zinc Whisperer. You guys have a great day. We'll catch you later. Andy, 79Z28. I am signing out.